The word insane is defined as in a state of mind which prevents normal perception, behavior, or social interaction, which is a perfect definition for Outlast's fittingly named hardest difficulty, Insane Mode, because in this mode you're gonna have to perceive, behave, and interact with the game a whole lot differently than you normally would. Insane Mode is kinda like the Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs. It doesn't matter how far you make it, because when you lose, you have to start over from the very beginning again. With Insane Difficulty's Permadeath Edition added to an already intense game overall, it's without a doubt one of the better gaming runs and achievements to go for. And with Outlast 1 having a relatively quick but more intense overall DLC that perfectly ties up the game's narrative, it was time for me to put my spooky pants on a little bit early and take on Outlast and the Whistleblower DLC's toughest challenge, and Insane Mode commenced. Insane Mode is the ultimate hardtech experience, maximum difficulty, and no checkpoints. If you die, all progress is lost, and you start over at the beginning. Are you ready to suffer? Sir, yes, sir. As the game begins, we're introduced to our main man Miles Upshur as we drive to our new home for the evening, Mount Massive Asylum. Mount Massive, here we are. And little does Miles know that he's about to have what I can only imagine is the craziest night of his life. But you never really know, because Miles does seem like the type of guy that's already seen some shit at this point. With a tip that a whole bunch of not chill stuff is going on at this asylum owned by the sketchy Murkoff Corporation, our journalistic prowess gets the best of us, and we parkour our way into Mount Massive Asylum to see exactly what's going on here. Dope. Oh no, blood. Hey buddy, can I come in with you? Aw. He wouldn't let me in there. Oh no. That wasn't very nice. After the rude boy tosses us from the top rope, we're dazed and confused, and we meet a wacky inmate and self-appointed priest, Father Martin. He calls us his little apostle before leaving us to eventually wake up alone in the administration block. I don't like that guy. And we observe some of the scenery around us. That's a big no bueno right there. That's my favorite part too, guys. Ooh, this guy, he's been through the ringer. We run through the area to grab a security room key, and shortly after grabbing the key card, Miles encounters a longtime fan of his journalistic work. Boom!
Get them out! Please!
After he signs a quick autograph, we make our way to the security room, and we try to access the security system only to see our new priest friend on the security monitor shutting down the power. You bastard. And now our big friend from earlier is coming to pay us a visit, so I jump in this locker to hide. And the second the big boy bursts into the room and turns, I decide it's my best moment to steal home, so I make a break for it. Peace. You didn't even know I was there. Running into the basement to turn the power on, I quickly hustle around and flip the first two switches before a new friend joins us, so I quickly hide under a nearby bed, waiting to basically do the exact same thing I just did to our big boy up in the security room. Wait till he comes in the room slightly past us, and then make a break for it to the next room only to flip the lever we saw the priest flip off earlier on. After I flip the lever, I jump into a locker to hide from the guy we just ran past, and I begin waiting for him to burst into the room to investigate. Where you at, buddy? Come on, friend. Oh, he's breaking down the door. I forgot I closed it. And after the guy seemingly leaves us alone... Where'd he go? Huh? I slowly work my way out of the room and up the hallway. Ah, shit! You bastard. Ah! No! I shouldn't have hit that. That was dumb of me. Okay. And after that terrible run, I hustle my way back to where I was, right into the basement, and I make sure to bait the guy into investigating the room more so that I can properly run past him this time. See ya. Flipping the power back on, we make our way back to the security room. As I'm accessing the security system again, our crazy priest friend injects us with some weird mystery drug and tells us a whole bunch of weird hoopla before we end up inside of one of the asylum's holding cells. And as I'm making my way out of the area, buddy, I encounter some patients that are sort of guarding our next objective that I have to get past. I was getting nervous. I think he's gonna beat me up. Ah! See ya, friend. Nice. Yeah, homeboy's gonna be over here, right? Oh, let's go! It worked! It worked! Later, boy. After leaping past that guy, I make it to the showers where I have another little run-in with our big fella. I hustle my little booty away from the not-so-friendly man and parkour my way out of there, eventually making it to the sewers where we come in contact with our big friend yet again. And I was beginning to think this dude had a crush on me. I'm here, Chris. I immediately run past him to the right, shutting the door to this room before turning the valve and hiding behind a shelf in the room. As soon as he bursts into the room to investigate, I make my move again. Okay, bye, bud. Running all the way to the next valve and shutting it off as I hide in a small drain pipe waiting for our friend to walk away again before I run my ass all the way out of there. Bye-bye, filler. Eventually ending up at the final part of the sewers, thankfully, and it has us sneaking all the way around our big boy in complete darkness, finally jumping up a half-broken ladder before this other crazed patient sprints at us and we have to make our way around him to finally enter the male wards section. And this next part is relatively easy as we quickly just have to run past these patients that seemingly just want to eat us alive. You know, no big deal. And when we finally run past them, we encounter probably everyone's favorite cheeked up psychopath and the best villain in this game, Traeger.
You're the right choice here, buddy.
The Booty Cake Bandit takes us on a little sightseeing tour before he removes a few LBs from our waistline area, and then Miles' Ozempic kicks in right away. As we exit the room looking for an escape, we quickly chat with another big fan of Dr. Traeger before hiding on the side of a door waiting for the big guy to come back. And the second he comes through the door, I wait a hot second, and then I run past him into a vent, before ultimately running past him again immediately and jumping into another vent again. This whole game really is just a lot of running and jumping in vents, honestly. Whew! In the next section, I grab the key to his elevator before running away and hiding from him again next to this doorway over here. And again, the second he walks past us, I make a break for it. See ya. Oh, bye, Traeger. We salute a soldier. He was one of the better villains in this game. They could have utilized him more. In the next section, I have to turn on a sprinkler system to put out a fire that's blocking our pathway outside. And of course, here we encounter our big mean friend yet again. But just like the sewers, I quickly run right past him and I flip the first valve in the room to the right before hiding behind this big laundry bin waiting for him to come and investigate. Except when he comes to investigate this time, I wait until he leaves, and then I listen closely to hear him try and break down another door, and when he does, that's when I make my next move. And on my way back to flip on the sprinkler system, I just narrowly jump past the big man and I run straight to safety before waiting for him to walk away so I can go and flip the sprinkler system on actually. And after I do so, I make my way outside to the darkest section of the entire game, and I begin easily working my way around this section, platforming across roofs, and easily avoiding our big mean friend again before we're back inside the asylum trying to find some fuses to gain access to a key for the next floor. Sneaking around grabbing the first two fuses pretty easily, I also grab the final fuse and then begin making my way to the fuse box when I run into a little problem. Oh shit! What are you doing here, brother? Running away to hide from the guy, I begin panicking because I can't take another hit here. Not when I made it this far. There's no way I was gonna die to this guy. Okay. And just as I think that this guy's gonna catch me and I'm gonna have to make a break for it, what is this? He turns away for some reason. And thankfully, I don't run into him again, miraculously. Continuing on, we get past the Naked Brothers band before leaping across a broken floor and dropping our beloved camera. Working our way down a few floors to get it, the second we grab it, we have a few bad guys on our tail and I immediately run away and I don't even look at them. I just book it out of there. See ya! Heading into the theater room, I quickly work my way around to collect another key and then I dodge the Naked Brothers band one last time, leading us right back to the administration block. Here we get another key from Father Martin before we see him light himself on fire, which I can only imagine was somehow influenced by that lady from Game of Thrones. Later, buddy. And after his death, the Naked Brothers band finally lets us continue on. Bye, guys. Keep letting your schlongs hang out like you do so well. But when we drop out of this next vent, we meet an old friend again, and I immediately hide right away. And yet again, we wait for him to come and look for us, and when he passes on, we break for it. And when we get past the big fella for the final time and I make it to the elevator down to the lab, I gather myself before the final part because if you know anything about this game, then you know that this last section's actually pretty easy. And I was feeling pretty good. Ooh, doggy. Ooh, doggy. Okay. One more part. Working our way deeper into the lab, we have our first encounter with the wall rider down here. Oh, no, 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 nobody. No, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Hey, big fella. I brought you a surprise. After the wall rider finally puts down our big friend for good, we continue on and come in contact with a scientist who tells us exactly how to take down the wall rider. We keep moving on, and in this section I sprint right past him here, and honestly I definitely cut it a little close. Ooh, he was on me right there. But pushing on, I run to the first valve that we have to shut down, before I sprint to the never-ending staircase. Okay. Oh my god, it never ends. When does this freaking thing end? I make the scary jump. Oh, let's go! And I sprint my way over to the life support generator and I take that out as well. With only one objective left, I began my final sprint back to the life pod room. Oh no, he got me! He plays catch with us for a hot second. Alright, we gotta run. Come on. Okay. Don't get stuck on that. Go. Boom, let's go! Oh, let's go! And on my second attempt, we did it, baby. We did it! Yeah, lunatic! Let's go! Alright, DLC time, baby. I couldn't have said it any better myself. Next up, the Whistleblower DLC. The DLC opens up with a nice friendly lick, before a brief flashback and we see our whistleblower doing his whistleblowing in perhaps the worst possible place in the entire facility, before he's called back to work, and we learn our main man's name, Wayland Park. We're rightfully questioned as we go to do our job in the life pod room from the main game, and here's where we also meet a patient that's being tested on named Eddie, and he'll play a big role later on, before we finish our work and then we're sent away immediately. And as we get back to our terrible whistleblowing spot, we're obviously caught because these are some really not chill people, and they admit us into the hospital against our own will. Waking up to an unreleased Quentin Tarantino movie, our guy Wayland breaks from his restraints and he recovers a nearby camera to capture some fond memories for the future, just before a lovely patient releases us from our cell. And right away, we encounter the wall rider as I try to squeeze my way right past him. Okay. Oh, that was a death. And on attempt 2. Okay, so I can't do that. But on attempt 3, I finally push past him and I interrupt an elegant dinner party that I clearly wasn't invited to. Feeling a little undressed, I scurry along and I eventually come in contact with a man that seems relatively friendly. Hey, buddy. Leaving him be with his arts and crafts, we keep moving and then I find a door that I need a key to access. And this is where our Sawman friend also shows us his true colors. Sprinting past the Sawman, I get myself into a little bit of a pickle. Where am I supposed to go? Oh no. Brother. Ah, you son of a bitch. Okay. Those are scaring me. See you, bud. After pickling that beast like I was Benny the Jet Rodriguez, he runs into us and tosses us into a furnace before we break out of the back and we parkour our way out of the room. And as we move on, we encounter him yet again, trying to run past, but not succeeding, and retreating as fast as I possibly can. Ah, you bitch. Popping out of cover, I take it a little slow at first before I make a break for it yet again. Okay, I'll take that. I don't know where you went, bud, but thank you. Ooh, baby. Ooh. Fuck.
I always forget.
We then run straight past him again before playing some more cat and mouse with him, and I shut down a gas valve, and then I run past him yet again, making our way outside to the courtyard. While making our way through the outside courtyard, we creep past the Naked Brothers band again before running into a friendly pickup game, and I make my way up this ladder and head back on inside of the asylum. Finally getting to a radio, Waylon tries calling for help until that dude that caught us earlier on in the game catches us again and tries to kill us.
Couldn't just keep your mouth shut.
Thankfully, just before he can do so, our big friend from the main game saves the day and scares off our almost killer. But as our big boy bursts into the room, we again have to wait a hot second before we sprint right past him and eventually escape out a window onto the roof.
Whew. Oh, baby.
Continuing along, we get to an electric fence that we need to pass, and we turn off the power below it, and as we head back to pass through it, a patient turns the power right back on,
Bastard.
so we have to go back below again and turn it off. And of course, the second we turn the power off, he's right behind us waiting, so we have to eat one hit and then just completely book it as fast as we possibly can, because again, you can't take more than one hit from these regular guys.
Bitch.
Finally making it through the fence and eventually leaping and falling my way into the beginning of the vocational block, I begin creeping my way through the darkness and I juke out the enemy at the end, only to come across some horrendously gross mutilation. And then the sick bastard finally revealed himself. When Eddie finally comes at us and begins the next chase, I take the long way around this table so that he'll follow me, giving me ample time to run away.
Leave me alone, buddy. This dude is scaring me.
And after getting away initially, but hurting ourselves in the end, we begin to hobble away further and hide in a locker where Eddie ultimately catches us and sedates us, no matter what happens. 12 hours later, Waylon wakes up strapped up on a saw table with Eddie about to do every man's worst nightmare to him, when out of nowhere an absolutely heroic patient jumps up and stops Eddie by attacking him, and leaving Waylon a quick moment to break free and begin escaping. And at this moment, I needed to take a little potty break, so I hit pause, and while I was gone for maybe 4 minutes tops, my freaking game crashed. I returned to my computer confused, and that confusion eventually turned to sadness.
No. Open.
But it didn't matter. There was really only one thing that I could do at this point, and that was to reluctantly reset the game and restart from the beginning again. And if you can tell by my face right here, I was really not enthused to start over, and I had pretty bad dry eyes if I'm being completely honest with you. But that doesn't matter. All that matters is that I push on. All that matters is that I make it through this game. All that matters is earning my digital ribbon, which is almost as fulfilling as having your favorite teacher growing up say to you, "You did good, kid." I was not gonna let this measly little game crash get in my way of greatness and glory. I pushed onward and forward. I ran past all the baddies, and I even got myself caught by Eddie again, this time making sure I drained my main vein prior. And like that, our heroic patient friend attacks Eddie again, and for us, we begin making our escape again. As we hide away from Eddie while he searches for us, I eventually wait till he's far enough away from me so I can make a break for it comfortably. Hobbling our way away from him and jumping out of a window, we make our way into the gymnasium where we can see all of Eddie's previous wives and victims, and what would have ultimately happened to our guy Waylon. And as we grab the key to the exit, Big Eddie shows up yet again and we begin to play cat and mouse with him. And as we're able to get past him, thinking we're on our way to safety, he catches Waylon. He then strings him up on the ceiling with the rest of the bodies, and just as it seems like it's bye-bye,
We could have been beautiful.
Yay.
honestly, I swear, Waylon is the luckiest fucking guy on the planet at this point. And after Eddie's final act, we hobble our way out of there, eventually coming into the main lobby of the administration block. And just as we're exiting, we find that asshole that put us here dying on the ground. Or at least that's what we think as we last approach him.
This son of a bitch.
No one can know. No one. Oh God! I'm crashing in. How to get out? No! No! Please! No! No!
Nice.
I keep saying it, but I swear, Waylon needs to leave here and go buy some lottery tickets. This dude is the luckiest person on planet Earth. And after that luck, Waylon hobbles outside to the car that Miles drove in the main game, and he escapes with seemingly some help from the wall rider. And just as the epilogue ends, we're finally done, baby. Outlast and the Whistleblower DLC on insane mode, 100% done. Outlast is complete, baby. I really hope you enjoyed. If you stuck around this long, you legend. Please have a great rest of your day or night or whatever, and please, please go eat some great food, alright? I'll catch you in the next one. Later.
Peace.